It's been a while. Come draw with me. I was once pulled into a meeting by management and asked to explain myself. The reason? They'd received a handwritten note from a customer complimenting my work and telling them to give me a raise.
But before I get into that story...
Today I'm doing a full page of monochromatic portraits using only one marker. This page is a whole page of reds because it's the next colour in the rainbow. I'm going to be drawing some really handsome men today, so fingers and toes crossed, you know? For a little bit of context, when I entered the workforce at 18, I became a temp.
Temping?
It meant a lot of experience in a lot of different areas, plus, you know, I got paid. During this time, I was temping on a help desk.
Hello, IT, have you tried turning it off and on again?
Typical help desk stuff, you know, find out what the problem is, see if I can fix it, and if I can't fix it, pass it on to someone who can. Not to toot my own trumpet, but I was pretty good on help desk. You might have noticed that I am fairly well spoken, and I've got quite a clear voice. I'd get loads of compliments about how clearly I spoke and how pleasant I was on the phone. This is me talking normally. This isn't my telephone voice. My telephone voice is dialed up to an 11. I'm very perky, but I'm also quite professional. People would often call the help desk up at like an 11, looking for a fight, and I just wouldn't give it to them. On a side note, I once answered the phone to my mum using my telephone voice as a joke, and she didn't recognise me at all. It took about a minute for her to realise it was me, and her reaction was, "Oh, I didn't think it was you. You sounded so professional." Anyway, the inquiry was pretty typical. She'd tried reporting her issue before, she'd been told it was fixed and it wasn't. I took down her number, made a note of the issue and passed it on to the relevant team. When I was told the issue was resolved, I had a sneaking suspicion that maybe this was more complicated than it had initially seemed because she'd already had this experience before. So I gave her a quick call and got her to check whether the issue had been resolved. It hadn't. So I made a note of what had happened, what she told me over the phone, and then I passed it back on to that team again. Second time round, I'm told that the issue was resolved, so I give her a quick call just to check. I wanted to make sure that the issue had actually been resolved. Turns out it was all fixed. She was very complimentary on the phone, which is always nice, but you know, issue resolved, on to the next one. Or so I had thought. Unbeknownst to me, this lovely lady felt like this interaction was so rare that she wanted to write a letter. She handwrote her letter on pink paper with purple pen, which is just like so stylish, and then sent it to the executive of the company. In the letter, she explained the situation and said that I'd gone the extra courteous mile. She said that they should be proud to employ a person like me and also that I deserved a raise, which was very sweet. I did not put her up to that. Oh, and bless her, she then photocopied the letter and sent me the photocopied version with a compliment slip to explain what she had done and why she had done it. I get my photocopied letter, and honestly, it made my entire week. It was so lovely, it meant the world to me in that moment. Later that day, I get pulled into a meeting by my manager and asked what I had done to get a letter like that. I, explained exactly what I did and why I did it, and apparently the business had never received a letter like that, certainly not handwritten. Apparently it was the first letter of its kind to this particular business. They handed me the original letter and told that I'd done a good job, and then a couple of weeks later they ended my contract. I mean, that part will always baffle me, but I'm not in charge of hiring. I still have this letter and compliment slip. Whenever I feel down or if I feel like I'm useless, I read this letter and get a little bubble of pride in my chest, knowing that I could help someone in such a tangible way that they wanted to write a letter. Has anyone had a similar situation where it feels like you're getting the wrong reaction for doing something good that has clearly been complimented? It's so strange. I want to help people and I want to fix things. Anyway, Thank you so much for listening and watching me draw, and it's been an absolute delight to chat again. Hopefully I'll get back into the swing of things again. But yeah, have a wonderful day. The whole YouTubey things, like, comment, subscribe, blah. But yeah, have a great day.